Okay, we're now in section 11.4 Part E. I know this is a long lesson. Remember, it's our last one. And I've broken it into smaller units to follow along. So in this one, we notice we have a square root. So we're going to take the derivative of this function. So we want f prime of x, and this is going to be for the limit as h approaches 0, and we're going to have the square root of 8 times x plus h minus the square root of 8x all divided by h. And you're saying, how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to use conjugate. Multiplying the a minus b times the a plus b for both the top and the bottom. So we'll be using this part because anytime we multiply by 1, which is the conjugate, we can the structure. Also 2, we know that the square root of 5 times the square root of 5 is 5 because we have the square root of 25 multiplying the interior to get the 5. So we're doing two things at one time. So what this means is I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by the same terms, but put a plus. And when I do, the radicals are removed as well as any obstruction we have for the numerator, because we always need the numerator operating so we can get the x, the h out, factor out the h. So my next row is going to be 8x plus h, and okay, a negative times a positive is a negative. Oops, I don't have the radicals gone, sorry about that. X all over, and I'm leaving the bottom as just what it is. Right, so I'm going to do the distributive property. Okay, I want to take care of the additive inverses. Left with 8h. So here I go. I'm going to have 8h times the square root of the 8 times the x plus h plus the square root of 8x. All right, now we can see that we cancel by the multiplication, and we're going to apply the limit now as h approaches. So I'm left with f prime of x equal to 8 over the square root of 8x plus the square root of 8x. All right, now we're going to simplify. Well, these are the same, so I have 2 of them. 8 over 2 square roots of 8x. All right, so I'm going to divide, or simplify, I should say, and I'm going to get 4 over the square root of 8x, where x cannot equal 0. Okay, so we squared away on this, and this is our derivative. That's an x. I know you see it, and it looks like a 4. Your instructor and writing. There we go. And then the question was find, it should have been a g. Sorry about that. Find g prime of -2. I put an f of x, and I'm sorry. Well, we have a problem, Houston, here, right? On this one is does not exist because we're going to can't take the square root of a -8. So this one does not exist. Then we want g prime. Oh, uh-oh. No, that can't exist. Set it down here. G prime of 4. Now this one does exist. Now we've got square root of 16 times 2. So that gives me 4 over 4 times the square root of 2. And that works. So we've got this problem solved with 2 that did not exist and 1 that did. Now we have one that's a cubic. So we know to multiply it. So in this case, let me state first, we want f prime of x as the limit of h approaches 0 of 5 parentheses x plus h cubed is 9 minus 5x cubed plus 9, all divided by that h. And we know that x plus h cubed is the same as x plus h times x plus h times x plus h. And understand that I use because I do math a lot, I will do FOIL on this, and I'm going to get x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. Now that we've done a lot. Well, for that part, I'm going to do multiplication so that you can see it. Not that you don't, and if you're familiar with Pascal's triangle, that's a quick and dirty way of getting the answer as well. But I'm going to do this one, and I'm multiplying. So I'm doing x. X times x squared is x cubed. 2x squared times x is 2x squared h. X times x squared is a positive x h squared. Now I'm doing the h. H is going to be x squared h plus, and then the h times that is going to be 2xh squared plus h cubed. When I do that, I have x cubed plus 3xh plus 3xh squared plus h cubed. All right, so there we have it. So I did that just for those that come from Missouri, because they're the show me state, that I would show you how I do the math the long way. And of course, like I said, if you know Pascal's triangle, you can make short note of it. distributive property. Have the 5x cubed plus 15x squared times h plus xh squared plus 5h cubed plus 9 minus 5x cubed minus 9. All right, now we're going to, I'll get it. Cancel out the additive inverses. And now we'll factor out that h. That'll leave me 15x squared plus 15xh plus 5x squared, and right, and this is all over h. So now I'm going to apply the limit as h approaches 0 to it, and I'm left with 15x squared. Because this is 0, this is 0. So I'm left with that. Okay, now I'm going to find the three values. All right, so I want f prime of negative 2. So that would give me 15 times negative squared. So that's 4, that's 60. So once I get that, I'm going to do f prime of 0. Oh, I like that. That's going to be 15 times, really you can't square 0, you're going to get 0. What this says, it's a horizontal line. No slope at that point for this turning points of the function. And then the last one is 2. Of course, this one's the same as the other one, a positive 60 squared. All right. So there you have it. Okay, there's another one that you can go on the notes. So we're going to have 2 examples that you can on the completed notes. All right, so that you can take advantage of viewing, and we've done one already with the radical, and you should have no trouble. Thank you for listening.